Hello folks, welcome to the channel. Sorry for the low production quality of this video. I know this is not on brand with what I usually do here on the channel, but as you can tell, I'm in my new place in Portland, Oregon. I'm kind of wrapping up my move from Texas to Portland. So I'm officially here, which is amazing, but a lot of my stuff is still in transit. So I'm still waiting for all my lights and stuff like that. The cool thing is that I have a really cool office now with a lot of recording space, which means that like I'll be able to have permanent setups to be able to record and make these videos hopefully on a more regular basis. So I'm very excited about that. But anyways, one of the big reasons why I wanted to make a video today is because one of my favorite watches in my collection, the Seiko Sharp Edge GMT, it had a malfunction. It basically broke. The hour hand for the GMT function stopped jumping. It actually started sliding. So I sent it to get repaired to the Seiko Service Center under warranty. And honestly, the watch was gone for about 4 months. And it's been kind of stressing, not necessarily because of how long it took, but because the US Seiko Service Center doesn't have the best reputation. The watch got to my house in Portland about 4 weeks ago. So it's been sitting here for a while waiting for me to get here and be able to open it. But I wanted to open it on camera and just give you my first impressions of how the watch came out. I am going to test it as far as like, did they actually fix the problem? I'm gonna try to take a look and see if there's any visible scratches or wear or bumps or anything that might have made the watch worse. As far as them having it on site and handling it for 4 months. And then in the end, I am gonna run it through my timing machine to be able to basically get the timings of the watch on different positions to see if it's running worse or better than when I sent it. This watch was running a little bit under 10 seconds a day when I got it. It was running about 6 seconds per day. With that said, I did want to do a wrist check. For this particular video, I am wearing my Middle Ocean Star GMT, also a jumping hour GMT. I love this watch, and this is a watch that I compare very much to the Sharp Edge, except it's Swiss made instead of Japanese made. But anyways, let's go ahead and like just open this guy up and get an idea. So far, I was a little worried about what the packaging was gonna look like on the way back. So I'm happy to have received the watch in a solid box. I'm hoping that that would basically minimize any bumps and hits that might happen while the watch was in transit. All right, cool. So this is how the watch came in from the service center. This is how they packed it. I personally did send the watch in a Seiko box. So basically the box that I got the watch, that's what I sent my watch at, and I sent it in a little pillow. So just know that if you send your watch in a box, you are not gonna get it back in a box. You are gonna get it in one of these little foam things. There are some packing peanuts in the box, but the packaging for how you get it back is not great. We'll see if they wrap it in a plastic bag or something. Okay, cool. So this is how the watch came back. Unfortunately, it is not wrapped up in plastic in any way. So all they did was put this little flimsy cardboard thing in between, which is not great. If you ask me, this leaves a lot of room for bumps and scratches and things like that. Now, the lighting here in my office is pretty bad. It's not great, but the watch does look clean. There's not really any major bumps or scratches that I can see. It does look like they cleaned the case and maybe the bracelet. I'll have to see it once I'm able to get it in better light. I'm sorry, just right now the way the things are, it's my office is pretty dark. All right, the watch is running, so that is great. Here's the watch running. I went ahead and I gave it a little bit of spin. So here you can see the watch is running. Very reflective watch, so it might be hard to see that second hand running. All right, cool. So it does seem like my jumping hand is jumping again. Things seem to be lined up pretty good. Let me test that the date is actually rolling over. All right, so far this is with everything lined up at 12. It's looking pretty good so far. Just the jumping of the hand doesn't feel as nice as it did before, but this could all be in my head. I haven't handled this watch, you know, going on 5 months, maybe more, maybe 6 months. Like basically sent it out on December and I got it back like at the beginning of this month. So it's been here for a while. All right, cool. And my date is jumping. So it does look like on the surface, the watch is performing as I would expect it to perform. That's pretty awesome. Just, you know, one thing that was cool about this watch is that it's a stainless steel watch, but it has like a metal coating on top of it that makes it more resistant to scratches. And so this is a watch that, to be completely honest, it didn't have a lot of scratching to begin with. Like, it had a little bit, but not as much as something like the Mito that doesn't have that extra hardening coating. It's also kind of hard to tell because there's definitely some kind of like little scratches, but it does look like, yeah, they might have done some work on the bracelet and maybe removed some of the small surface scratches, which is pretty crazy. I did get my warranty card back, so that's great. And here's basically the bill of service for all of this stuff. Listen, I'm not super excited about how the watch was shipped, but to be completely honest, if once I run it through the time grapher, I get some good timings out of this, and my expectations are just anything under 10 seconds. I would be pretty happy. Then that's gonna be great. Then that's really a good thing. All right, so this is like my original service request to Seiko, where basically I said, hey, like the hour hand stopped jumping. Because unlike other places, you're not gonna be sending an RMA. You're basically gonna be printing out this form and putting some information about what's wrong with your watch. And then you're just gonna send it out and you're gonna pay for all of the shipping, and then they're just gonna send it back to you. One of the things that was cool though, that I have to give the Seiko Service Center props for, was that my warranty card was not filled out properly, so I kind of had to look at the watch and sort of fill it out properly myself. But they respected the 2 or 3 year warranty. So as far as paperwork from the service center, I just basically got this small report here. Looks like it's the same. It's sort of cut in the middle. So yeah, so it says they did a movement repair and they water tested it, and then under the remarks they said timepiece movement needs service, case scratch or show wear, band scratch and worn. I'm gonna run this through the time grapher and then we'll get an idea of did the watch come out better or worse, and then I'll just kind of give you final thoughts. The slowest position was 4 seconds and the highest position was 9 seconds, and the average timekeeping for the watch was around 6.5, so under 7 seconds a day. Overall, I think that's pretty awesome. One of the things that I really like about the movement that came in is that with that high position of 9 and that low position of 4, that means that like the movement, if it had been regulated with a little bit more care, which honestly I don't expect that from Seiko and definitely not for a watch at this price range. This watch is perfectly in spec, and it's running actually a little bit better than when I first got it from factory. After having it from the factory for a while, the watch actually, after a few months, about 6 months, it actually started running more accurately, or at least it stopped gaining as much time. It went from being a watch that was basically like 9 to 10 seconds a day to 6 seconds a day. So the fact that right now it's under 7, that means that the watch came back being actually a lot better regulated than when I got it from factory. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna be running 6 months from now. And as I said, with the time difference of like 4 seconds to 9 seconds, that means that there's still room for actually slowing down the movement a little bit and bringing all of those timekeeping positions down to get this watch to run well under 5. So I'm a little tempted to wait a couple of months, see how the movement runs, and then maybe try to do some regulation myself, because I think that this after this servicing, this movement is incredibly accurate. So overall, final thoughts. What grade would I give this Seiko Service Center? I think personally, for me, I would give them a B+. Really, the only complaint that I have is I have 2 complaints. Like, it took a long time to get the watch service. It took about 4 months. However, I don't think that these watches are super common due to the 4 Hertz GMT movement. I did get really good updates every other week where they would be like, hey, our watchmaker's about to work on your watch. And then like maybe a few days later, I would be like, hey, we need parts. So we're gonna put it back on hold for a while. And so I got a lot of these updates, so they were pretty good at letting me know what was going on. But I said it did take almost 5 months for me to get my watch back. With that said, my only other complaint other than the time frame is just the packaging. This sucks, and I lost my box. But overall, I'm actually really happy. I feel like the watch came in great condition. It's better than having a broken watch or a hour hand that's not jumping. shipping. So they did fix the problem. The watch movement is running pretty good. It's running pretty much on like better than when I got it new. So that's good. And overall, I don't really see any extra wear. I get the feeling that they might have cleaned the case and cleaned the bracelet, to be honest. Maybe when they service the movement or when they take it out, maybe they put the rest of the watch through like a you know, ultrasonic machine or something. However, I have no way of proving whether they cleaned it or not. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the watch. I'm happy to have it back. I'm really happy with the fact that they actually honored my warranty card. I think that there was some room for debate. I was kind of on the fence whether they were gonna actually honor it or not. So yeah, I would give them a B+. I think that in order for them to get an A or an A+, just the packaging. That's the only thing that would change. If they had better packaging or better ways of getting this back to me, I would have give them honestly like an A or an A+. And obviously the timing, right? I think that would have been the difference between an A and an A+ would have been packaging and timing. If they really wanted me to be like, yo, this shit was amazing, that's what it would have taken. But anyways, I would definitely use the warranty service again. You know, I said I only paid for shipping, so they fixed my watch for free. They seem to have cleaned it for free. The watch seems to be running great now. And I said I love this watch, so I'm just really happy to have it back in working order and not have just converted it into a paperweight. So that was my experience using the Seiko Service Center. As I said, I give them a B+. That's no shade. I think a B+ is pretty good. I think finding good watchmakers and people to service these things and actually fix them is a lot more difficult than people make it out to be on the internet. So yeah, B+, and I think that honestly that's a good grade. I'm really happy actually with the service. It's made me feel a little bit more comfortable about actually purchasing Seiko watches, knowing that they're so good about respecting the warranty and the fact that I did have a major problem that would have been a total buzzkill for this watch. The hour hand, literally the one main feature, stopped jumping, right? So being able to get that addressed and having for free and then having my watch sent to me so I can start wearing it again, that's great, man. I love it. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Sorry for the low production value. I wish I could have done something a little bit nicer, but if you do want to see a much nicer high production value review of this particular watch, I'll post it somewhere in here. You'll be able to link to it, and then you'll see what my first impressions were when I got it. And also, you know, I think I made the review after wearing the watch for maybe a year, so you'll get a good idea of what wearing these Seiko watches is like. But anyway, super happy with having my watch back. I'm actually kind of relieved that the service center was did such a good job on the actual repair. So if anybody from the Seiko Service Center watches this, thanks for the work that you did. I'm really happy to have my watch back. So anyways, guys, if you get a chance, like, subscribe, hit the follow, hit the notification bell and all of that good stuff. And hopefully, you guys, I will see you on a much better, much more high quality watch review once I get all of my equipment here in Portland and I'm able to set up the studio. All right, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.